Today, Jane Austen's stories are a global fixture, reaching millions through an endless cycle of film adaptations, television series, and modern reinterpretations. Yet for all the recognition her work enjoys now, the person who actually wrote these stories was a mystery to her own readers. On the title page of this early edition of Pride and Prejudice, her name is nowhere to be found. Early 19th century readers only knew her by a vague reference to a previous work, or in her first novel, The Simple Attribution, by a lady. This raises a question. How did a writer whose name never appeared on her own books create a body of work that eventually forced the world to learn who she was? Her name was Jane Austen. Born in 1775 in Steventon, Hampshire, she spent most of her life in the quiet, rural corners of southern England. This manuscript page from her early work, Catherine, shows how she developed her style in private. Far from the literary circles of London, she spent years refining a perspective that was entirely her own. While her contemporaries often wrote idealized historical romances, Austen's work was characterized by a sharp, often biting examination of the people around her. She built her narratives on four specific pillars: love, marriage, social class, and morality. Using these themes, she published four major novels while remaining anonymous: Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Emma, and Mansfield Park. She achieved her immense success by embedding uncomfortable social critiques within the familiar structures of a polite, entertaining narrative. This balance of wit and social commentary is captured in the very first sentence of Pride and Prejudice. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. By leading with good fortune, Austen immediately anchors the story in the economic realities and class hierarchies of her time. By linking the want of a wife directly to that wealth, she defines marriage as an economic transaction. Finally, the phrase universally acknowledged serves as a satirical observation, exposing the rigid, often hypocritical unwritten rules that governed high society. This specific clarity, seeing the social machinery behind human interactions, is why her characters remain recognizable to us 2 centuries later. Austen's career ended prematurely when she died in Winchester in 1817 at the age of 41. But her death led to the end of her anonymity. As seen here on her ledger stone in Winchester Cathedral, her name was finally presented to the public. Her family posthumously published her last 2 completed novels, Persuasion and Northanger Abbey. With these final releases, her real name was permanently attached to her entire body of work, ensuring she would be remembered as an individual rather than a nameless lady. Today, the author who once hid behind a pseudonym is recognized as one of the most significant novelists in the English language. Finality, Austen's name eventually overtook her anonymity because her observations of human nature were too accurate for the literary world to ignore.